Late one night, Rishab was riding his scooter back home after a long day. The roads were empty, the silence broken only by the hum of his engine and the occasional barking of stray dogs. As he turned into a lonely stretch near the old banyan tree, his eyes caught sight of a girl standing all alone by the roadside. She was motionless, her long hair swaying lightly in the night breeze. Strange, Rishab muttered to himself. What is she doing here at this hour? For a moment, he considered driving past. But something inside him urged him to stop. Maybe she was stranded, maybe she needed help. He parked his scooter, walked towards her, and asked gently, "Excuse me, what are you doing here so late, all alone in this deserted place?" The girl slowly turned to face him. Her expression was calm, her eyes dark and mysterious. "I like deserted places," she replied in a flat tone. Rishab frowned. "Well, liking them is fine, but it's not safe for a girl at this hour. Anything could happen." Her lips curved into the faintest smile. "Safe? From whom?" "I'm not afraid, I am a witch." Rishab blinked, then laughed nervously. "Who says you're a witch?" "Look at you, your hair is so beautiful, your eyes so lovely." You're gorgeous. You don't look scary at all." She stayed silent. "I'm not flirting," Rishab added quickly. "I'm just saying it's really not safe. You shouldn't be here alone." The girl's expression softened slightly. "This is my home," she said, pointing toward an old, half-ruined house in the distance. Rishab stared. "That broken place? You live there?" "Yes." "Well," Rishab said, scratching his head, "if I ever want to meet you again, how would I contact you? You're a ghost, right?" "Ghosts don't use phones." The girl's lips twitched. "iPhone 16 Pro Max." Rishab's jaw dropped. Then he burst into laughter. "Unbelievable. A witch with the latest iPhone? All right then, give me your number." She recited a number softly. He saved it quickly. "Perfect. Tomorrow I'll come here at the same time. I'll take you out for a ride. Tonight was nice." "It was," she said. The next day, Rishab tried calling the number. It was switched off. Again and again, the same response. "The number you are trying to reach is currently switched off or not reachable." He grew restless. That night, he returned to the same spot and found her standing near the gates of the cremation ground. "Where were you?" "I kept calling," he asked. "I can't step outside before 3 a.m., she explained. "That's when I wake up." Her words sent a chill down his spine, but Rishab only smiled bravely. "Fine, then I'll wait for you here till 3 every night." And he did. Days turned into nights, nights into weeks. They began meeting regularly. He'd take her on his scooter, the wind brushing past them as they laughed, shared stories, and even argued like any normal couple. One night, as they passed a temple, Rishab hesitated. "Wait, how can you come near a temple? In movies, witches and spirits can't enter." Sumya raised an eyebrow. "That's only in movies. Just like your world has good and bad people, ours has good and bad spirits. Not every ghost burns at the sight of a temple." Rishab felt strangely reassured. For the first time, he thought, maybe she wasn't cursed, maybe she was just different. But Sumya had doubts of her own. She wondered if Rishab's love was real, or if he only clung to her because of loneliness, because women in his world had betrayed him. To test him, one night she disguised herself. She transformed into a stunning young woman, this time fully human-looking. She stood by the road, crying, pretending her phone was stolen and that she couldn't book a cab. When Rishab passed by, he stopped instantly. "Why are you crying?" he asked. "My phone got stolen." "I can't go home, please." "Can you drop me?" she said. "Of course." "Don't cry, hop on. I'll drop you safely." She clung to him nervously as he drove, but he rode carefully, assuring her. At her house, she said sweetly, "Thank you so much." "Can I have your number?" "You're a good person." Rishab shook his head. "No, I already have a girlfriend. I love her deeply and I'll never betray her. Helping you was just humanity, nothing more." Behind the disguise, Sumya's heart swelled. She had tested him and he passed. Later, as they sat beneath a tree, Rishab realized something. "You know, we've been meeting for so long, but neither of us has asked each other's name." Sumya smiled. "Do you want to tell yours first?" "My name is Rishab," he said. "And mine," she whispered, "is Sumya, Sumya." Rishab repeated, "Such a beautiful name." They sat quietly, staring at each other in the moonlight. One night, as they walked near the riverside, Rishab asked curiously, "You know, In movies, witches always wear anklets, making that jingling sound as they walk. But you don't wear any. Why? Sumya chuckled. Movies are lies, Rishab. We're not all like that. Some of us are just ordinary. Rishab reached for her hand. It felt cold, but he didn't let go. You may be my last option, Sumya, but you're my best option. I'll never leave you. Her eyes glistened. Every night he waited faithfully at the spot, even if it meant hours of silence until 3 a.m. Sometimes she teased him. Sometimes she grew angry if he was late. Once, when his scooter broke down and he arrived late, she almost refused to meet him again. But he begged, explained, and finally made her smile. The bond between them grew unshakable. One evening, as they sat outside an ice cream shop, laughing like carefree lovers, a shopkeeper suddenly frowned. Sir? Who are you talking to? Rishab turned confused. Her! My girlfriend, of course. But the shopkeeper's eyes widened in fear. You're alone. Rishab looked back. Sumya was smiling at him, but in the reflection of the shop's glass window. There was no one beside him. A shiver ran through his body. His throat went dry. But Sumya leaned close and whispered, Don't be afraid. I'll always be with you. Rishab's heart pounded, torn between terror and love. Tears welled in his eyes. You won't ever leave me, right? Sumya smiled faintly. No, never. That night, as the clock struck 3, Rishab waited again near the cremation ground. The wind howled, the trees creaked, and shadows seemed to move. Finally, from the darkness, Sumya appeared. Beautiful, cold, eternal. He knew she didn't belong to his world. Yet he couldn't stop loving her. For him, she was no witch. She was Sumya, the only one who had stayed, and for her, Rishab was more than just a man. He was the one human who saw her not as a ghost, but as a woman worthy of love. Together, in the silence of the night, they walked hand in hand, across the boundary of the living and the dead, forever.